if you have been challenged with manifesting, if you have learned processes and seen small results, but nothing that you can do consistently, this is the video for you. If you are a fan of Abraham Hicks, Neville Goddard, Joe Dispenza, Wayne Dyer, I'm going to teach you a method that I mastered for 3 years before I started teaching it to clients daily in my practice. It is amazing. It is the one solution, the magic pill. You only need to learn how to do this one process, and you will start manifesting faster than ever before, and you will change your concept of the reality that you're living in. I guarantee it. It will change your life the first day, the first time that you use it, the same method I teach every single student of mine. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what the I Am Awake method is for you. I'm going to share a success story of mine and one of the dads that I work with. There are going to be chapter stamps in the bottom in the description so that you can jump to whatever you need to. So save this to a playlist and come back to it because we're going to build on this moving forward. Now, let's get manifesting. What is the I Am Awake method? The I Am Awake method is a practical, repeatable, powerful tool that rapidly increases your power of awareness and control of your conscious mind. Now, the objective is to use the I Am Awake process first thing when you become conscious, when you are aware that you're waking up. You're going to engage the power of your awareness the first moments when you wake up. This process will create a confidence in you controlling your thoughts. Why do you want to control your thoughts? Because this is necessary so that you can take control of your manifesting, so you can avoid distractions and the illusions of the 3D world. All those excuses that says, I can't do it. This process addresses it, but you have to do it the right way, the first time, first thing in the morning. And this is going to train you to understand that you do want to finally embrace your inner creator. There are 4 actions in the I Am Awake process. 1, notice. 2, choose. 3, notice and hold. 4 is know. K-N-O-W, as in knowledge. Here's how we're going to put it together. We're going to build it step by step right here, right now. Number 1, notice. Notice the first moments that you wake up. As you come out of delta, that deep unconscious sleep, you're going to pass through different brainwave frequencies, such as theta, on your way to alpha when you become fully awake. As you pass through, I want you to notice this present moment, the moment that you are aware I am waking up. It's pretty much the moment before you even open your eyes. If you think about it, go back to the morning, there are milliseconds, moments before you are conscious, and then you suddenly go, I'm awake. It's time to wake up. I have to open my eyes. It's even moments before the alarm goes off. You want to notice that moment. That is where all the power of this process is. In that moment, declare, I am awake. This is bringing together processes from many manifesting masters and actually putting into a practical application that is powerful, relatable, repeatable. So in that moment, declare, grab that conscious thought, I am awake. Number 2, with all of that fuel, you're going to choose a thought that is easier for you to hold in your mind that you believe is a satisfying thought. This needs to be an easy thought that you can reach for first thing in the morning. Now, hear me out. There is no excuse to not find a satisfying thought, none whatsoever. I work with many men and women going through challenging relationships, breakups, navigating divorce, post-divorce, dealing with a high conflict co-parent. Believe me, I know it may sound hard, but there is no excuse that you can't find 30 seconds of a satisfying feeling thought the first moment you wake up. Do it before the old story kicks in and you will be able to do it. If you wait until you're already playing your sad story, it's going to be much harder to engage this. That's why you want to start first thing in the morning. That way, whether you've done this work ever before or it's your first time, it will work every single time, but you got to do it the moment you wake up. So number 2 is pick a satisfying thought. Think about the sun coming down on you each day, warming your body right now. And also remember, you are still breathing all night long without any conscious thought. You still woke up without thinking about it. So choose a thought. Do not choose, it's going to be a good day. I'm going to be happy today. No, pick a concrete imagery with a sensation attached to it. That's why I said the sun coming down your body. You can actually see that right now in your mind's eye. The sun is coming down your body. It's cascading. It's hitting some part of your body right now. That's the kind of thing. You're going to feel that warmth with that image. If you even talk about it, for too long, you'll start to sweat. Feel that radiance coming down on your body and allow that feeling to grow. You can pick anything, the bed sheets. You can think about sex, something that you can literally put an image on the screen of your mind that has a sensation attached to it. So you feel that sensation, that new one in your body. That goes to number 3. Notice and hold. Notice the new sensation in your body. Let it rise, relish it, love on it, feel and allow it to stay and grow. Holding on to this sensation for at least 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. As long as you're comfortable, as long as you can before you absolutely have to get up for that alarm, okay? Continue for at least 10 to 20 seconds. This is you letting it happen. Then you're going to move to step 4. Then you're going to know something. You're going to, number 4, know all that you've accomplished already first thing in the morning. Accept that you created it. Know that you created everything that you were feeling in this moment. All the thoughts that you noticed before. This is magical. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to now have undeniable proof that you are a creator. You are one with the creator. You can never go back to believing the illusion of the 3D world ever again. Do this once and your life will forever be changed. You will no longer perceive reality the way you did before because you will realize the truth. You are the only one creating your reality, and it always comes from your thoughts and feelings first before it manifests in your body. And then the next step is it manifests in your 3D world. That is the way creation has been proven through quantum physics and religion. So stop fighting the proof that is in front of you every single day. Do this for yourself, prove it to yourself, and your life is going to change very fast. Once you've done this, you're never going to need validation from any other person or place or thing ever again. You're never going to be a victim to your circumstances because you're in charge. You're responsible. You can save your marriage, save your relationships. You can get through a divorce no matter how ugly it is, and you can hold your own energy and emotionally regulate yourself, and you can protect your children and get through that high conflict divorce with you being amicable the entire way until you're done. You will be able to divorce with peace because you are controlling yourself. And my favorite for all the dads and moms out there, all you beautiful spiritual co-parents, you do this process, you will be able to model for your children how to authentically, with true empowerment, take responsibility for yourself. And guess what now we're doing? Now you're creating peace on earth in your lifetime. Why? Because you are being peace. You become peace once you realize the truth of your reality. So dads, hear me out. I want you to use this process when you are feeling angry, when you are scared, when you are the unsafe dad, due to the challenges in your relationships, in your divorce, the ones when you're dealing with your co-parent, so that you can instantly become who you truly are, the powerful, loving, happy dad, secure dad, safe dad that you are, regardless of all the BS and all the circumstances and all the legal stuff, regardless of everything. You deserve to be the model for your children as the happy dad, safe dad, secure dad. That is your number one job. Moms, I want you to use this one when your body is telling you it's time to fight, when your heart is pumping and you are overcome with images in your head telling you that your empowerment means you're supposed to push and scream and yell and fight back. So instead, you can instantly awaken and be the powerful, loving woman that you are, the one that has nothing to prove, no need to demand, because you know who you are, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, because true empowerment comes from within. And everyone else, I want you to use this process when you are running late, when your boss is chewing your butt out, when the bills are piling up, and every time you forget that you are literally creating every single thing in your reality moment by moment. Remember, you are always manifesting. So wake up. I am awake to your power. Now, here is a story of a father, a dad. He was referred to me by another coach. He was working with this coach who is amazing, by the way. However, this coach didn't have the specific skill set that I'm working with. I specifically work with men and women who are navigating high conflict divorces, getting through relationships, hardcore breakups, dealing with negative and toxic co-parenting relationships. When all the traditional therapies have stopped working, when learning to use specific language hasn't helped, it's actually made things worse, because I bring the spiritual awakening component to the process. So here I am working with Steve, years after winning his divorce. And by winning, he didn't lose his kids. He had several days a week that he was allowed to spend with his kids, his 3 girls. In fact, they could spend every day after school with him. That's what he was awarded. Here's some more context. He was long into a loving relationship, also a successful business owner as a roofer. But hear this, the girls were programmed to react to him. They had paragraphs of scripts memorized so they could fire at him, to trigger him, to embarrass him. They would use statements in public just to make adults come running towards him. They literally called him a stranger every single time he came to school. The school was already prepared for it, but every time these kids would yell it out, they had to react. Now, how do you think he felt? How would you feel if you were in his shoes? Naturally, he was an unhappy dad, insecure dad, and looked like, to everyone in the outside world, an unsafe dad, which was not true. That's not who he was. That's not who he is. So I taught him, and he began using the I Am Awake process. Every morning, he started manifesting miracles every single day, building his confidence in his creations. Yeah, he had instant results in other areas of his life. However, in just 2 weeks, that's why I love this process so fast. Just 2 weeks, something triggered in him. He was spiraling. This strong, beautiful man sitting in his bed, sweating and crying so hard that he told me he soaked the bed sheets, soaked his shirt. He was a bawling mess all over the injustice of it all, with his daughters, what had been done to them, how he was missing out of his time with them, and how the ex, even though he won and even though she was out of his life, somehow she was still controlling his life. How? By getting his girls to reject him and their time with him. He won all his time, but when the girls were saying, no, we don't want to go with you, he couldn't just throw them in a truck anyway and take them against their will. He wasn't going to do that. So even though he won, he lost all the time that he had won in court. So in this moment of experiencing and feeling the injustice of it all, he had been doing the process for 2 weeks solidly, which means he started in the morning and he started doing it also throughout the day. When he became unconscious and tired or triggered, he did it in this moment like a professional athlete picking up their equipment. He looked at his hands, the bed sheets, the wet shirt. He felt his chest pounding and his shortness of breath. And then 1, 2, 3, boom. He said to himself, holy shit, I am awake. And then the tears changed, tears of joy, tears of surrender, tears of unconditional love for himself, his beautiful girls, his ex-partner, everyone he knew in his life. He just became a love machine. Everything was gone, completely gone, and it never came back ever again. And now he has dinners. He has beautiful relationships with his daughters. They call him for extra time, and they apologize to him for how they treated him. He persevered. He didn't fight back and convince them that their mom was anything. He learned to wake up and let it go. They came running to him on their own. And that is why I teach this process to every single person I work with within the first 1 to 2 sessions. And we follow up with it until they get it right. Because once they do get it right, they never go back to the way they lived life before. You are forever changed within one successful manifestation of the I Am Awake process. The reason this one process works is because now you can apply that ability, that confidence, that mastery of your conscious mind to every single other process, every book you read, every interaction you are in, every relationship you are in. Everything you do changes because you are awake. Now, for me, I learned and created this process during a very hard, unhealthy 3-year relationship. It started before COVID and lasted in and out of COVID to afterwards. I was building my business. I was saving other people's lives, marriages, successfully getting people to divorce without going to war, but I was unable to save myself, this relationship, or get the hell out of it. And when I finally perfected this method one day, she said and did something that was so insane. Her reaction was so out there that I swear 10 out of 10 people would have said, that doesn't make any sense. That is not called for, and that was not valid or justified. Basically, her accusations didn't even make any sense. What do you think I did? Of course, I felt this urge to start correcting her, proving to her that she was wrong about me. I started to activate the same old script and the dramatic roles that we were playing for years. Only this time, I noticed it. I chose a different, satisfying thought. I held on to that thought until it manifested a new, good feeling, a sensation in my body, and I allowed it to grow. I noticed it, and I knew I had created that thought and that feeling in that very same moment. Right then and there, I walked away from her forever, empowered with love. There was never empowerment from anger for me ever again. I never looked back with anything less than unconditional love for this woman. And I am thankful for every second of that relationship. I then took what I had learned and started teaching to my clients immediately. They started seeing wins in court. Out of nowhere, they would turn a divorce around into a rekindling of the marriage. Regardless of whatever happened, they just dropped it. It didn't matter anymore. Kids were suddenly happy and not going through traumatic events during the divorce. Everything started changing very fast in my life and my clients I taught this process to, the I Am Awake method. Now, as far as her, what is she doing now? I don't know. I assume she is happy. I assume she is in love with the same guy that was stuck as well in our crazy, insane, toxic love triangle. I assume that she is a great mom because she always was a great mom. And I assume that they are one big, happy, loving family. You're probably thinking, why do I assume all that? I will tell you why. Because that is who I am as a man, as a father, and as a co-parent with 16 years experience myself. Because I am happy dad, secure dad, and safe dad. All you need to do is the I Am Awake process just once so you can believe it when you see the reality shift. It will work the very first time if you do it correctly. This will build your belief. You will continue to do the I Am Awake method more and more, which increases the speed and magnitude of your manifestations. Just like picking up a 10-pound weight over and over again until you're strong enough to increase the weight. It is literally that simple. The result is in seconds, days, and weeks, not months and not years. You will be living in a new reality and literally changing the lives of the people around you. Why? Because you have changed permanently, forever. You will start emanating a signal from within you that will cascade in a rippling effect out into the world. First, going to the people that you interact with every single day. So that high conflict person, they're going to be hit by this wave and they're either going to walk away or they are going to change. Not because you made them change, but because you changed your reality. You have shifted universes. You are in a different dimension where your unconditional love for that person does actually change them. But that can't be the goal. The goal is within. When you do this work here, the world around you has to change. It is the law. So before we close, let's recap the process one more time very quickly. Remember, engage the process the first moments. Notice when you wake up, declare, I am awake. Then part 2, with the energy of that declaration, you're going to choose a satisfying imagery-based thought that has a sensation that you can allow to hit your body. You're going to hold on to this. You're going to notice it, part 3, that feeling growing and holding on to it more and more. And then on 4, you're going to know, hey, I did this. I created this feeling that I'm thinking of and feeling of right now with just 30 seconds of my attention. Holy crap. Know that you are the creator of your reality and everything that's happening to you. Your life will never be the same. You will begin doing the process again and again. And here's what you really want to happen. You're going to be standing in the middle of an argument with a lover or an ex. You could be in this argument for 2 or 3 hours, yelling and screaming at each other, just spewing all this toxicity on each other. And then when you go 1, 2, 3, you're going to, I'm awake, and you're going to let it all go. And nothing they say or do is going to affect you. Let the dragon run out of fire, because if you don't fight back, they can't keep going. They're going to run out. You're going to be able to turn around and walk away, hold your own boundary, or even better, they might just turn into a different person right before your very eyes. It sounds crazy, but once you do it and you see it, you're going to be a believer. You're going to know that you are actually walking hand in hand with the Creator, with Universal Source. You're not waiting to find out what to do. You choose it and you manifest it. You are never going to go back, and you're going to teach this process to your kids. How? Because you are modeling peace. You are modeling joy. You're not telling them, you are doing it. You are going to change kids' life when you do this work. And that is the most rewarding part about this. And I know that's why you're here. So that's all for now. Just take a look at the link below. Find my Divorce Happy Now planner and download it for free. It is a 40-page planner that helps you get prepared to go through a divorce. You get this planner, you fill it out, and you go to an attorney. They're going to tell you what they tell all my clients across this country. They're going to say, whoa, you are the most prepared client I have ever met. Why? You're not going to be emotional. You're not going to talk about what your partner's doing to you. You're simply going to say, this is what I want to do. Here's my information. Let's get started. You're in charge of your divorce process. So take a look, get that link below. Also, remember I said there are different timestamps to jump around on this video. Save in your playlist and come back to it, and look forward to more videos just like this in the next one. This is Anthony Sacred Cobra Cortino. You are sacred, you are worthy, and you are loved. We'll see you next one.